This video is going to be grouped into pretty much self-doubt is going to be the main topic, but also like confidence issues. I see that in myself as a young 20-year-old, and I see that in many other 20-year-olds that are the same age as me. You know, just kind of not really feeling like you're doing much in your life. You're not confident in your choices. You're not confident in yourself, whether that's physically, financially, mentally. You're just not. You're self-doubting a lot, and I've dealt with a lot of self-doubt issues throughout my life, my early teenagerhood, my adulthood, and now kind of where I'm at now. And I kind of wanted to just discuss how you kind of overcome it. Now, before I get into this, having self-doubt is perfectly normal. Everybody feels self-doubt. You're not the only one that is like questioning yourself. It's a very normal human response. It's your brain grouping your thoughts on how you're doing. Like, man, am I really doing good at this job? Self-doubt. Could I be doing better? Could I be going to a better school, a better job, be in a better relationship? Self-doubt is just a very comprehensive, normal human response to how we look at things, how we feel about things. So that's why I wanted to start off with. It's very normal to feel self-doubt. You're not an alien. There's not anything wrong with you. It's perfectly fine to feel self-doubt. And when you kind of reach a point where you've been self-doubting for so long, it becomes so overwhelming, at least for me. Like, I quit my job back in October. I just wasn't really feeling good mentally and physically about it. I knew that I could probably be doing a lot more with my life. The job just kind of really took over, and I really didn't like it, so I quit. And I was feeling good the first 2 months, but the self-doubt really started to creep in at the beginning of the year, thinking, damn, I probably could have been making close to like $24 or $25 an hour if I just stayed there. And my state got a lot of storms, and the job, it was a service company that worked with power lines, so I probably missed out on a lot of money. But I took a pretty big chance on myself. I banked on myself. I put in a lottery ticket for myself. I knew that I could be better. I knew that I could be doing better. And when you have a drastic decision like that affects your life, whether, let's just say you're in your hometown and you want to move out, and you do move out, and you go a couple hours away from home, a couple states away, you're going to encounter that same thing where I bet in a couple weeks you're going to be like, wow, I'm here all alone. Maybe you're a partner, and you're like, damn, I left everything I knew behind. Left my family, left my friends, and that self-doubt is going to creep in. It's a very normal way of how humans process our emotions. And I don't really think a lot of people fully understand how to process that, so that in itself, people start getting overwhelmed. They start getting anxiety, they start getting depression, which I've had to deal with before. I dealt with that probably 2 years ago when I was working in construction. And as anybody knows, the camera's all dirty. When you work in like trade jobs, construction jobs, people get laid off all the time in the winter. Business slows down, people want to spend more money on, materialistic things. Things start slowing down, and that's what happened to me. I was the newest guy on the crew, and I got laid off. And I got laid off for about 2 months. So for a while there, I really let those emotions consume me, and I kind of just sat there and let the emotions kind of beat me up. I was like, damn, you're not even good enough to be on a construction crew. You don't even have to be smart to working at this job, and you get laid off. Like, look at you. Look at what you're doing. When actuality is that I was 19 years old. I was very young. I was the newest guy on the crew, and it's just what happens. Everybody who works in construction, service companies, they always get laid off. It's just what happens. But at the time, when you're young and you don't have a lot of experience, you start to, beat up on yourself, self-doubt, self-confidence issues, because you just don't really have a lot of life experience yet. You've only really been an adult for a couple years. Like, you turn 18, even if you're 23, you've only been an adult for 5 years. I think a lot of younger people just need to give themselves a break sometimes, like, just relax sometimes. So with all that experience that I have now, going through that, it's actually helped me, and I've learned off of that. Right now I don't have a job, finances are a little tight, I have a very, I would say, mild budget, and instead of dogging myself, I'm just using this as an opportunity to mentally getting myself better. I've been hitting the gym since October. I've lost about 10 pounds. Physically, I'm feeling a lot better. And yeah, I might sacrifice some money for the next couple months, but springtime's right around the corner. I know I'm going to get a job in the spring. I live in a very touristy town. Not a lot of places are open right now, but I'm looking forward to that. So at the end of the day, just don't let those emotions consume you. Sometimes your brain just messes with you, and you can't really work against yourself in this life. You have to have your own back.